Entitled roommate moves her boyfriend in without asking. My roommate is 27 and her boyfriend is 30-ish. She met her boyfriend shortly after we moved in, and slowly but surely he was here every night and no longer had an apartment. Found all of this out and overheard phone calls, etc. Didn't care much at first because he would help take care of her dog that was all over the house. But after a year, I asked for him to pitch in. I was told he doesn't have any money and that she would talk to him. A couple of months later, we get a lease renewal and she lets me know they are getting an apartment together, which if you can afford to move into an apartment together, you can pay for your fair share here. I asked him to contribute for the last 3 months of our lease and then found out he has been paying rent, just only to her. Stop it. She's been pocketing the money. For reference, we live in a luxury high-rise downtown Chicago apartment with full amenities. This idea that he only uses her space is nuts. They're fighting all over the house. For a while, he was stealing my gardening equipment daily and even had the nerve to wake me up at 3 a.m. to give him gardening equipment. They use the common areas more than I do. How are people this unaware? No, trust me, babe. They're aware. Oh, they know. 2 nights after we exchanged these texts, my roommate's boyfriend and friend come into the apartment while my roommate isn't home and goes straight to my room, sees I'm there, then says, oh, and closes the door. So for reference, it's 2 a.m. and I wake up to 2 grown men in my room. They proceed to play music loudly and yell at me to call the cops if I care. I have a sliding bedroom door that doesn't lock or cancel out any living room noise. Oh, absolutely not. No, people are absolutely aware of what they're doing. They probably heard some story from your roommate about, oh
my God, my psycho roommate. She wants more rent from you, even though you've been paying rent.
Meanwhile, she's pocketing the rent. Yeah, they fully know a completely different version of events, or maybe they're just there to intimidate you. I don't know. I had a meeting with management on Monday to explain the situation. I laid some ground rules down. I'm sure they won't follow. And yeah, cheers to the worst upcoming 3 months. Okay, we have some texty-wexties. Okay, so the previous text we don't have fully. It's convenient only for you. To me, he's just an extra person I didn't sign up for. Why am I paying extra for that? We've had this rent the same since we moved in. How is it costing you more? $2,300? The living room when you're not home mostly. And dude, what are you talking about? He's my boyfriend and he's paying me rent because he's living in my space. No, it doesn't work like that. I'm sorry. I highly doubt that if you explain that to your landlord or the management, that they would agree with her. If you want half the electric paid, that's all you had to say. You're taking your anger out on me. It feels like I'm confused that this is even happening. This is not how the world works, okay? You're sharing a space. He's using the shared space. I'm assuming he's using the bathroom. He's using the kitchen. He's stealing your stuff. Your gardening equipment. And not to mention, I'm not down to live with somebody's boyfriend. As a woman, when you choose to live with female roommates, it's because you expect a certain amount of kind of privacy when you come home. When you live with a male roommate, every time you leave your room, you have to cover up. You can't go to the bathroom in your underpants. You definitely have to put a robe on. I'm sure he's contributing to mess in some ways. This is not how the world works, okay? She's wrong. You're wrong, loud and wrong, and she doesn't know how to spell the word half. Okay. That just leads me to believe maybe she's just stupid. Are you just really dumb? Because you don't know how to spell the word half. And I am going to be judgmental about that. How is this so confusing? A $2,000, $850 split is not standard for this living arrangement. I'm sorry if it seems out of the blue, but so is moving and all of the expenses that come with it. I'm not angry. I feel taken advantage of. The rent is $3,800 to live in this apartment, and we need to be splitting it evenly next time we pay rent, or he needs to move out. I like living with you both and hope we can agree on a number. I'm honestly confused on what you want him to pay. He's paying me for my portion of the rent plus laundry, etc. That's not how you spell etc. Oh my God. I'm so judgmental about spelling. You don't even know. Especially if you're being a pain in my... I'm gonna judge you about spelling. Our utilities have never changed. They've been $150 and have been a part of our rent. For the electric, I wish you brought that up a long time ago. I wasn't aware. But he's never there unless to walk Bean when I'm at work. $150 is through the building for amenities and maintenance and does not cover heat and electric. Why is she just assuming that it doesn't cost any money? It absolutely does. We set that up day one together. He is here often without you even being gone. I know he's waiting for you to get off work, but I really don't want this to turn into a conversation about if he actually lives with us or not. He absolutely does and has. Why would he just pay you? I'm also living with him. He's just an extra roommate to me. I don't want to go through all the ways it inconveniences me. If you live somewhere, you should pay your fair share. I'm not fighting that he lives with us, but he also pays me because he's my boyfriend and I'm spending more again with laundry, etc. He's in my room, my bathroom. He's here to sleep mostly, not all the time. Why would he pay you? Oh my God. And why is this all coming up after I tell you I'm moving out? I brought it up before and was told he doesn't pay you. Wow. If you were resigning, I would have waited until the lease is up. Sarah, it's not fair that I'm paying $2,300 a month and you guys are paying $850 each. It's not right at all. He's living with us and you use the kitchen and living room all the time. And exactly, he is your boyfriend. This is convenient for only you. To me, he's just an extra person I didn't sign up for. Why am I paying extra for that? We've had this rent the same since we moved in. How is it costing you more? $2,300? Oh my God. No, it like literally, this is actually irritating me. I'm actually getting so irritated. It is confusing. I'm your glorified maid and I clean up for your time and time again. Sauce everywhere, your to-go food, your friends' stuff. You're joking, right? I make sure all the common areas are cleaned. Are you serious right now? You're being taken advantage of. Okay, I'll let you think that. The total you gave me and what I pay equaling out to $4,059, which is not our rent. I live in the smaller room with a shared bathroom. Why would I split it down the middle? Cole is not a roommate. He's my boyfriend paying me for the rent I pay. I don't know why that doesn't make sense to you. No, that's not how it works. He's not paying me $850. He's throwing me some here and there when I was struggling. The rent has never changed. Ugh, get you and your deadbeat boyfriend out of my face. Like, I'm sorry. I'm off. The rent has never changed since we've lived there. He sleeps and then lives in my space. I remember telling you twice in the winter, I don't want to live there anymore. It's not out of the blue, nor are you being taken advantage of. If you want us to cover the electric for the last few months, that's fine with me, but it's never going to be an even split. I literally pay extra since you clean for having a larger room, all of which was decided day one, and you literally asked for that to be the case. Your rent is for you and only you per our lease. That's what I signed up for and what I'd like to get back for these final months. Why did Cole come into the apartment and go straight into my room? I'm assuming that this is when, he's been in there without your permission before. He closed my door when he saw I was here. Is someone else here? I have no idea. He's with Tyler. This is what I'm talking about. If he paid rent, I wouldn't give a I would argue even if he did pay rent, he shouldn't be going in your room. People in the comments are like, why didn't you call the cops to see like some dude coming in your room and some random dude and playing music, egging you on to call the cops? Yeah, this is gonna be a hard no from me. I don't know if you're ever gonna get rent from him. Just be thankful that they're moving out. Be thankful, because I'm getting irritated and it's not even happening to me. So we do have an update. So OP answered some common questions and comments. We've had multiple conversations leading up to this. Why is she acting surprised? Not sure. Similarly, why are you believing she's a glorified maid? She's grasping at straws, coming up with a way to validate her bum boyfriend. I mean, if the shoe fits. She is a glorified maid, just not to me. I'm using fairly and evenly interchangeably, which is pissing everyone off. So for the record, I always planned to pay the majority, just split 3 ways, proof in the pic. Update. Sorry for the delay. I've actually been in the hospital since Monday, so those lucky B words got an extra week of freedom. Okay, let's look at this text. For the remaining months, can we talk about Cole pitching in for rent? He's been here for a year for free, so I feel like a portion is fair for the remaining 4 months. I've been paying all of the utilities, and those have been very high with all of us here. He's already paid me some this month, but yes, that's okay. I understand. That should go toward the total apartment though, yeah? Just let me know what you guys work out. I can be flexible. Yes, I will talk to him. How you should split the rent. Room 1, $2,200. Room 2, $1,546. So I talked with management this morning and here are the bullet points. This will not affect my tenancy in the building or the lease I'm about to sign. She's violating multiple parts of the lease and they will be starting with an email warning. I genuinely think this will be the most helpful as they think I'm coming at them from a personal angle. This is the thing, right? It's like they could have avoided all of this by just being reasonable with you and like giving you some of the money back. But they're not supposed to say that there's 2 people living in the apartment signing a lease and then not telling the management, not telling the landlord and adding another person. It's not how that works. If he's in the apartment without my roommate, I can and will be calling the cops. They will support me in the report. This will also lead to him being banned from the building. My roommate said she can move out July 31st, so I only have a couple of months to get through. Let me know if you have any other questions. I am an open book. Yeah, it's interesting that now I bet you anything they understand, because now it's like the landlord is involved and he says that's not allowed. Honestly, glad the leasing office is behind you. Most don't give a shit so long as the rent goes through. I actually disagree with that. It doesn't work like that. Especially if like there's certain buildings that like cover utilities. Like I know you don't, but like, you know, it's also a liability thing, right? There's another person living there that wasn't on the lease. No bueno. Everybody in the comments is like, get a camera. And I agree. Good luck with the next 3 months.